if you want to do the same flight we're doing, I've actually included it in the description today. So if you want to fly our flight, in the description underneath. All right, I'm going to go ready to fly straight away. Battery on, APU on, and somewhere here, lights. Oh, look at that. First time. It's just above that. I should know that. There you go. Seats, crew supply of oxygen on. And we will get the APU running. But while we're waiting, now we have power. Contact ground. Obviously, we haven't got any flight plan yet. We'll get the jetway in.
Yankee 4585. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
We'll turn on the navs.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. The jetway is going to be connected.
Switch them to nav. Sweet. Come over to our fly pad even, and load this puppy up. You just kept it on autopilot. That makes sense. Right, okay, so now we've got the old version. So there we can link this from SimBrief. We now have our old one. I know that it's 10888 for fuel, so we'll get that refueling straight away. And sync the altitude with that one. We don't know what we want to do with that yet, so that's fine. Full simulation of the failures below isn't yet guaranteed. Okay, so you can actually just tell it to fail, which is interesting. Okay, and obviously in here now we haven't got all these options that we had before. DMC self-test time is real. ADIS align time is real. Oh, this should be fine. So, right, let's load PACX and start the flight. So default career mode, 40 minutes until takeoff, 2 hours 45 for the flight. We're going to LPPT. Aircraft is equipped with those things. Get the flight going. Beautiful. Right. What I'm going to do, I am going to, because that's going to be, I think, like 7 minutes before everything's aligned properly. Got 100%, 100%. Want that on 30. That one on 30. Then on 100. That one on 100. Floodlit panel. Put that on 30. That on 30, like so.
We're still sorting out some baggage issues. I don't expect it to take too long.
Oh, sorting out baggage issues. Okay, someone's having issues with their baggage, apparently. Which is interesting. We haven't had that before. I wonder if the flight plan can't be uploaded until it's showing on this screen. If that's the case, I'm going to go, well, it is what it is, but there we go. Turn on constraints and set those to what they need to be. Barometric pressure is 991, wasn't it? 991. Oh no, that definitely can't be the case because last time we were doing it for ages, weren't we? So yeah, no, that's not the place. Pressure down here is fine. Let's see. Set that to TA. To the transponder, something on TA, so that's fine. ATC to auto. Right. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to go and while they're boarding and while the things are booting up, I'm just going to go to the toilet and stuff. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'll leave you with this. Okay, I'm back. Everyone's still there? Right. Do. There's a new version of OBS Studio out as well. All right. Go back into the plane and get this thing sorted, shall we? So that's still not obviously on. IRS align in 4 minutes. No portable devices currently on. Wait for the map to align. Barometer's set. So let's get the FMGC set as well. Beautiful, so that's done. Go back to ATSU, AOC menu, and let's pull this from SimBrief. Boom, done. Flight plan. Oh, weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Right. Now we have IFR clearance. Okay. All right. We're good to go. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to work. All right. Okay, guys and gals. So we've had loads of problems, but we have finally managed to get the ability to add our flight plan to get ATC clearance because we've had issues with the version of the plane we were using. So, without further ado, today we're going to be flying from Glasgow early in the morning in the horrible weather. Thanks very much, Dis. I appreciate it. Got the cheer. Everyone's cheering. We're going to be flying from Glasgow in the horrible weather down to Lisbon, where hopefully it's going to be nice and sunny, and we're all going to go to the beach and have cocktails to celebrate how long it took to get down there in the first place. But brilliant. All done. We're continuing our world tour. Oh, man. I'm so pleased. So pleased that that's there. Like the simplest of things, but chuffed to bits. Just there. Just this request IFR clearance for instrument flight plan just wasn't showing up. Now it is. So, without further ado, let's have a look actually and see IRS align in 2 minutes. Okay, so we'll wait for that. While we're waiting for that, we will actually no, everything's good here. The APU is actually on, so we can turn off our external power now. That's not going to break it, is it? No. We're going to be checking the ATC menu every 5 seconds. Everything is set how we need it to be. So the doors are locked, TCAS is on, transponder's on, weather radar and stuff will turn on in a little bit. We don't need to turn that on just yet. We will come up to here. We're gonna have a look. We're gonna have auto brakes. I will set that later as well. Check the pressures. Pressures are good, so that's good news too. 1 minute till the IRS is aligned. What we're going to do is we're going to come into here, into our flight plan. And we're going to wait till they give us which... wait till they give us our airport. But until then, we're going to go back into ATSU. And we're going to go to AOC menu and weather requests. And we're going to pull our weather information. Hopefully we should get a message, which will explain that in a minute. This is nice. This is just working now. It feels good. I feel good. I feel happy. We've got our fuel coming in. Hopefully. Fuel on board, 1088 or half a minute, and we should have our full fuel on board. So that's positive too. Let's get our clearance then. Actually, no. There we go. So check on here. We want this to be on plan. I want to be looking at, which one is it for that? That one. So we want to just be down a bit. What we want to check is that our plan is good. So, go to flight plan and let's travel down Go all the way south, past all these different places. Oh, to LPPT. Nice. Keep going all the way up. We've got TRN and then EGPF. Right, so flight plan's good. Let's get our IFR clearance.
Glasgow ground, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 458.
So happy!
Lisbon, ready to copy.
I'm so happy.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 is cleared to Lisbon Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 05 climb and maintain
12,000 feet.
Departure frequency is 119.
And takeoff runway 05. Okay. EasyJet Easy 4585 cleared to Lisbon Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 05, climb maintain 12,000 feet. Departure frequency 119.875, squawk 4437.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 cleared to Lisbon Airport. as
Departure
well.
on
Takeoff runway
19875.
05
Okay.
climb and maintain 12,000 feet.
Beautiful.
Departure on
That's set.
119er
I'm
decimal
happy.
75 squawk 4437.
Happy. Happy. I'm so happy.
4585 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.705. Good day.
Okay. Let's go back to... oh, we're ready. So we need to request our taxi IFR next. But not yet. We have our clearance. We are runway 05 is our runway. So we come down here to the... to this guy. Just down here. Charles, you still there? You still there, Charles? Oh, I'm so happy. Right. So we know that we're runway 5. So we're going to click on there. We're going to go to departure and runway 05. Okay. There we go. And we know that our SID on our flight plan is TR. So Tango Romeo November 3 Alpha. Which is down here somewhere. Tango Romeo November... we don't have that option because our flight plan's going to take us from somewhere else. So it's going to be Tango Romeo November 6 Bravo then, I assume. We shall go via. Let me see if that works. No, let's get rid of that for a minute. Just erase that. Okay, so we want TRN go over. So what we actually need now is to look at the chart. So we want to find the chart for departure chart, runway 5. So that's runway 21, runway 3. Oh, the wrong place. EGF. Okay. So we want the standard departure chart for SID is going to be... Y'all listen up, here's the story. Inclusive, NELBO, Perth, Robbo. Let it do. Got Robbo, Perth, NELBO.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to welcome you aboard our
Inclusive,
flight.
Loman.
When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger
Royal
carry-on
Clyde.
items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in a front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bins. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know and we would be happy to assist you. If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Okay, what we're going to do, EGPF, departure, runway 5, I can't find the chart. So unless we did Clyde. So we've got Tiering Gerver. Is Gerver one of those? Let's have a little look. We've got Clyde, Foyle, Lumen, Lucive, Norbo, Perth, Robbo. You are here. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so we're not going Perth because that's north. So I got a feeling it'll be TRN 6B. So we're gonna do that one. Insert that one in and hope it doesn't make our flight plan completely screwed up. We can also now IRS is initialized, so that's fine. And our next page, so we know that we've got 10.8 as our block fuel. Our 0 fuel weights put in, beautiful, so that's done. Performance index, we're going to be taking off of flaps 1. We know our flex 2 temp is 56 degrees. We'll let it choose our V1. Oh my god, no, V1, there we go. V2, there we go. V2, there we go. Nice. Next phase, climb modes managed. And our approach will set when we get round to it. So that's done. Performance page is done. Initialization page is done. We have our flight plan. We have our actual departure. Transition of 6,000 feet. It's fine. Secondary flight plan can wait. We should by this point have our message sent. Yep, we've got our meta information, so we get that printed out. All right, and now we're good to go. And that actually looks like, if we zoom out a little bit on the flight plan, that looks fine. That's fine, I'd say, isn't it? That's completely. That flight plan's fine. Right. Okay. Okay. Finally good to go. We are still boarding. Let's see how long it's going to be before we're boarded. All right, so it should only be about 5 more minutes or so before we're boarded. So we'll do all the rest of our checks. Come down here. As I say, that's done. We'll put our flaps to position 1 and we've already locked the doors, so that's good news anyway. We'll turn our radar system on, wind shear on. Those are already on, so that's fine. Yeah, man. That was truly quite some hassle, but it is sorted in the end, so there we go. Get our butts off the ground very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a stressful night trying to get everything on the airplane working ready for today. However, we seem to be in good working order now. We have our clearance to Lisbon. We should be there in time to get you cocktails and snacks later on in the morning. So until then, if you could just make sure that everything is packed up correctly in the plane, sit down, put your seatbelts on. We'll be ready to go very shortly. Okay. Public address, just a general one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a stressful night trying to get everything on the airplane working ready for today. However, we seem to be in good working order now. We have our clearance to...
Oh, my days. Dum, dum, dum. What is this? Floating light in the sky. There's a floating light in the sky. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to moan about it. It's fine. We all put up with it. Cabin crew, can I get a update on how long it will be before we are boarded?
Cabin crew, can I get a update on how long it will be before we are boarded?
We're still boarding. Let us know if you need anything.
Okay. All right, so at this point, we're just waiting. We could probably get our taxi clearance, actually. We could get really ahead of ourselves. We know we're taking off runway 5. Let's get our taxi clearance.
Glasgow ground EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 with Mike ready to taxi IFR.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 taxi to and hold short of runway 05 using taxiway November Golf. Contact tower on 118.805 when ready.
Okay, so we got our taxi clearance like earlier than we really should have. But at this point, it's just EasyJet, Easy 4585, taxi to and hold short of runway 05 using taxiway November Golf, tower on 118.805 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 05 via taxiway
Oh, you don't say
November
about contact tower.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
We would be there by now, mate. We would be. Never mind. We've got a nice evening ahead of us at the end of the day. I mean, that's good, right? Nice evening ahead of us. So, November Golf, because we are flying from runway 05. So, basically, we're heading this direction. We're actually facing the direction we're heading. So, we actually need to go out, go left, all the way to the end of the runway, and off we pop. So, taxiing is very easy. I actually really like this airport. I really like this airport. It's nice. So, there we go. Taxiing is going to be very, very simple. And all we need is the boarding to be completed at this point. We are 5 minutes away from boarding. So, see how fast this plane is. Yes. Yes. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Don't know which direction the winds are traveling. If we are taking off in this direction, that would say to me that winds are facing... In fact, I can see what direction the wind is. God, I'm a muppet. 120 degrees is the wind. So, if the wind is 120 degrees at 5 knots, where's that on the whole sort of grand scheme of things? Slightly behind us. Not a great deal behind us, but it is going to be behind us slightly, I think. So it might keep us speedy. It might speed us up a tad. We'll find out when we get there. But yeah, I think we've done pretty much all of our pre-flight checks, really. We've done the MCDU, we've checked all of the flight directors, the engines, ECAM pages, everything's checked. And the nav is checked. IFR clearance is done. The IRS are aligned. The flight plan is reviewed. We've checked it. Nav aids are on. Takeoff briefing is complete. The squawk code is set. We are generally ready to go, basically. Hang on, flight have we got? We have got a 2 hour 45-minute flight, Danger. 2 hours and 45 minutes. We're going to arrive in Lisbon. It's going to be nearly 2 o'clock in the morning English time for me by the time we get there. But whereas it would have been around midnight. But it's fine. At the end of the day, I'd rather that we did these things and we actually got the problem solved at the end of the day, rather than having major issues, which we've obviously done before. So we'll see. But yeah, we've got about 3 minutes left. What's my work in real life? What you're looking at. So my real life work is this. So I make YouTube videos, and that's about it. Although not that I've been doing very much over the last couple of months, I must admit. I've been reasonably slack. I do DJ in a nightclub once a week as well, which is what my old job used to be full time. So I currently do that once a week, just to put some extra cash in the bank. But Yeah. Hanging out with you is my job, Josh. Not you personally, but everybody. That is the job. Which comes with risks, which is why I'm so pleased that we're still able to hang out at this point playing this. Because the risks always come from switching games. We used to play survival games, Grounded, Ark, Rust, Minecraft for a little bit. All those were the games. And switching it up to be playing a flight sim where we're trying to, you know, essentially do real world things. And just pretty much hang out is different. And it was, as I say, for a long time, it was something I wouldn't have even considered because I would have thought, oh, well, actually, nah, because the numbers will go down and all this. But now I'm just like, you know what? I got to do what I like. There needs to be a balance, but you need to do what you like. I have tried Scum. I've got Scum, Charles. Horizon played it. Me and Horizon and Panda played it for a little bit. There's a few other people, I think, in the community in Discord who do play Scum. So, yeah, I did try it, but I've only tried it a couple of times. You got college today, Josh? Oh, mate. Hopefully college goes all right. All right, it looks like everyone's nearly boarded. I think everyone might be nearly boarded. Please tell me everyone's nearly boarded. Please be nearly boarded, everybody. Please get on the plane. Get on the plane. Right, we're close, and then we will obviously order our pushback at that point too. And then we can get this thing in the sky. The takeoff is going to be beautiful today. I don't know if you knew this. If you're not from the future, maybe you don't. But today, the takeoff is going to be beautiful. The weather, not so much. Weather is interesting. That's the weather. Bit spicy. All right, they are ready to go. Right, cabin crew are ready to go, so let's do our stuff now. So ground services, we now need to get rid of the jetway.
Glasgow ground, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. Could you please disconnect the jetway from the aircraft?
There we go. Jetway's on its way away. And at this point, we want to request our pushback as well.
Glasgow ground, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Are in airplane mode, and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt
Okay.
and make sure that all tray
Flaps are
tables
set.
and seat backs are in a full
Speed
upright
brake
lock
set.
position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Here we go. We set that one. We got the radar. Weather radar is on. And wind shear is on. So that's fine. Those are both set. Happy with that. Let's come up here. Let's turn on our beacon lights. Turn the strobes on auto. And also at this point, oh no, not the landing lights, but we want our taxi lights on too. Fuel pumps on. Like so. And put on the seatbelt signs. As we are ready to... Oh, where's my pushback? Right, we should now be raised up. So let's turn on engine 2. Engine spooling up. No, because the APU bleed's not on. There we go. Waterfall. 5 is the one we want. There we go. So engine 1 is beginning to spool up beautifully. Nothing is easy about this jet. That's flipping true, isn't it? That's definitely true. Right, I want to push back down here so that we can manage this stuff. Auto brakes. We need everything to be in ready for landing. Takeoff even for that. Guys, welcome if you're new to the channel. By the way, my name is Callum X. We've recently got into flight sim. I've spent the last week learning how to use this plane, and we're traveling the world. We're currently going from Glasgow down to Lisbon, so hopefully you enjoy the flight. We're ready for pushback. And how far of a pushback is it? It's a little bit, so we'll Parking brake off. There we go.
If we need to
Right,
evacuate
let's check the engine.
There are sliding on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In
So,
the event of a
where's
decompression, an
my
oxygen
thing?
mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it
Engine
firmly
2
over
is
your
set
nose and
up
mouth. Secure the
correctly.
elastic band
Engine
behind
1,
your head.
let's spoil it up.
Tighten the straps if necessary and breathe normally. Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is
Right, we have our
secure.
clearance that we required, so that's
In the
good.
unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap
Also
the
breaks
straps
the
around
max.
your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
No, we don't do that yet, actually.
Does not inflate automatically. Blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary.
We can speed that up a bit more, actually.
Make sure your seatbelts are fastened.
There we
and
go.
seatbacks and tray tables are all
Sun's
in their
coming up,
full
look.
upright position.
Look at the sun. I love the
We
morning
remind you
flights, I
that
must
this is a
admit. Morning flights are
non-smoking flight,
nice.
And that includes vaping. Tampering with
That
the stabling or
includes
destroying the smoke
vaping,
detectors
okay?
Located in the laboratories is strictly
Let's begin to turn as well.
question. Thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Very, very nice announcement there. We're going to be departing early as well. We are ahead of schedule. All right. Let's make sure we're back to clearance here, because we need to make sure that we get takeoff clearance. Do not forget to get takeoff clearance, people. You cannot forget to get takeoff clearance. APU can now be turned off. Landing lights on. There we go. And all that is all good. Our panel up above is now good. Here we go. Nearly in the right place too. Do. Okay. And tug speed down to 0. Parking brake on. Stop, push back. Off goes the tug. Okay. So while we're on the ground, we don't want to tune tower. All right. But we do want to remember to do that before we leave. So there we go. So flaps to takeoff check. Cabin we need to check. Takeoff config and auto brakes to match. We will do all that when we get to the runway. And this is all set. So I think we're good to go. I'm going to double check these things. Performance index is done. Initialization is done. Yeah, we are good to go. Oh, let's get our weather information just for one last check with the weather. So METAR information at EGPF is 120 at 5 knots and it's 989. So we do need to do just one last check to our QNH to turn that down to 989. Other than that, everything is hunky-dory and happy. Let's go. Plane usually moves on its own even in idle. Doesn't seem to want to today. Of course it doesn't, because that would be too easy, wouldn't it? Ba-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right. Everything's working now. Have you noticed? Like even the arrows for our taxiing that we've had are working better now for some reason. So who knows what that was, but sun's coming up. There we go, look. Traveling down. Travel towards the runway. Can't sit in that window for too long. Okay, so this is where we hold short. I'm pretty sure I just saw that on the floor. I'm going to double check. No, that's not where we hold short. There we go. So holding short of the runway must be here, right? There we go. All right, so now we're holding short of the runway. We're going to get our contact tower and request our takeoff clearance.
Glasgow Tower, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 ready for IFR departure.
Auto brakes on
runway
max.
05.
Cabin check.
Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 altimeter 29.15 wind 152 and 10. Cleared for takeoff runway 05.
Please prepare for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 05 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Cabin for crew, seats for takeoff, please. Go.
Cabin for crew, seats for takeoff, please.
Not
Right, let's
a
go.
problem.
Go. We are 100% ready to get this thing in the air. Lisbon, here we come. Amen, Reverend. Parking brakes on. Parking brake off. V1, V2, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 contact Scottish Centre on 119.875. Good day.
119.875 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Lisbon, here we come. Okay, autopilot engaged.
Scottish Centre EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 is passing 2,700 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 Scottish Centre altimeter 29.15 continue to Tango Romeo November as planned.
Anything good here in Glasgow? Oh, there's a stadium down there. It's miles away though. Don't see anything else. Very cool though. All right, and we're in the air. Lisbon, here we come. If you like that landing, thanks. Oh, they should have been to takeoff actually, but they can now come to off, as can the taxi lights. And we're about to go through 10,000 feet, and at 10,000 feet, we can actually turn off. Oh my God, look at the clouds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices.
Okay.
As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatories. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi
Okay.
and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
So let's hope we can get there as quick as possible. We're currently doing 340 knots.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when
Unarm the spoilers. And there we go. We are set to go, which is very nice. What's going on with that one then?
Echo Zulu Yankee 45855 and maintain 14,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet. Easy 4585.
14,000 feet EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Okay, so after those problems, everything seems to be working really well now. We can turn on the terrain. No, turn on the weather. All good. Once we go through 18,000 feet, that's when the ATC is going to stop getting annoyed at us for having the QNH. But until then, in the game, it wants us to have the QNH as set as it is. So we'll leave that as it is for now. It also wants us to have the lever set there. Yeah, we get it. Going too fast. I get it. And there goes Glasgow.
Yankee 4585, you are 300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 14,000 feet, altimeter 29.15.
Yep.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Glasgow Cathedral. What is going on? Oh, autopilot turned off. Wondering what happened then. Okay, so we had the autopilot bug. Right. Take us to 14,000 feet, please. How come it's daylight danger? Because I've started this flight at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd love to use real world time all the time, but we'd just be flying in the dark all the time. When we get to across into the States, I'm going to start using real world time because obviously it'll be light. So when we start flying over in the United States, then I will we'll use real world time. Right, so we should be climbing to 14,000 feet right now. That time when we flew during the day, it then.
Please expedite your climb 14,000 feet.
Yep, we're doing that. That's fine. And now we can scroll out and have a little look at where we are in the world. Very, very shortly, we will be We'll be headed out over the ocean, or over heading towards Ireland. Anyway, you can kind of see it in front of us, actually. So that will be England, which we are leaving behind. And over there is Ireland. There you go. You got Ireland out of this window, and you've got England out of the other window. Bangor, actually, is over there. That great name for a place. Bangor. When we'll be in the States, how many weeks or days? So, today we're going to Lisbon. Tomorrow we will be flying to La Palma, which is the Canary Islands. Then on Thursday, we will be flying from the Canary Islands to Puerto Rico. And at which point we're across the pond. So the long flight is going to be Thursday night. Thursday night's going to be a long flight. And then by Friday, we will be over in the States and flying around Florida and those kind of places. Covent Grove Art Gallery and Museum is pretty amazing. See, I have got some scenery for Glasgow, actually. I've got some scenery for Glasgow. But, like some stadiums and stuff like that. But both times when we landed and when we've just taken off, it's been really, really low-level clouds. So we haven't been able to see any of it. Which is a shame, because if the clouds had been, or the cloud, what do they call it? The level, anyway, would have been a lot higher, then we would have been able to see most of it, but never mind. Never mind. Clouds always look good on this, but sun is coming up, and because the sun is coming up, it means that when we get to Lisbon, it should hopefully be sunshine, like really nice and clear and sunny, and we should be able to see a lot of what's going on. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, if anyone wants to copy my flight plan, it's down in the description underneath. It's the exact flight plan from SimBrief. We had to take off from runway 5 because of the direction of the winds and stuff. That's the runway that they gave us, the departure that they gave us. But the SimBrief one originally was assuming I would start from another runway, but obviously you have to change that as you go. So planning on doing South America at all, or just US and North America? So I'm thinking we're going to go up the east coast of the US. So we're going to land in Puerto Rico on this particular airport, which is called Princess Juliana Airport, and it's a hard one to land on. So we're going to go there first. Then we'll fly up to Florida, where we're going to land in probably Orlando to go say hello to Horizons. Then we're going to head up the west coast and go over the top. So over through Canada, hopefully Alaska, and come down the east coast. So down towards, like LA and San Diego and stuff. And then from there, we'll go down into South America. From South America, we're going to do a stop off in Antarctica, or at least fly over it, and then head up into South Africa. Go around, see if there's any particularly interesting landscapes in Africa to go check out. And once we've done that, we'll head east, where we're going off towards the likes of China and Australia and Japan and New Zealand and all that lot. Then we'll go head up again towards Russia, and then either go west again back towards Europe, or go east towards Europe. No, hang on. Which way are we going to go? At this point, we'll have gone under Europe. So yeah, then we go north, and then we go east over like the likes of Russia and stuff. Princess Juliana Airport. Yes, which is next to Puerto Rico, is it not? Looks like it's next to Puerto Rico on the map. Pretty sure. Let me get my map up. Yeah. Near Puerto Rico. Like the Virgin Islands, basically, isn't it?
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
That's us.
Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
Manchester Center 118.775. Echo EasyJet Easy 4585.
118.775.
Oh, that's how you say it, yeah. Just where you going.
Zulu Yankee 4585.
Definitely a nice world tour. I think so. By the end of which I should have a really good, I would hope, knowledge of what we're doing. Okay. So we need to turn the barometer down. When you're on the US West Coast, you stop in SeaTac, you can hop on board. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I want to go visit like as many places as possible. The sun is shining. The weather is sweet, yeah. Makes me want to move my dancing feet. Oh, how's the sound anyway? Can you hear it? Can you hear the music? Does it need to be a bit louder? Is it okay? It's very chill music today. Think you're ready for that airport? Yes, Danger. Landings are the one thing I've got okay. The navigation has been the problem, I feel. Do you not think? I feel like navigation has been the issue. And now that... and now I feel fine. Isn't it a 6-hour flight? Yeah, like a 5-hour flight, dude. Long flight on Thursday. So yeah, we'll do that. But I need to be up late on Thursday anyway because I have potentially Friday, Saturday, Sundays when puppies are going to be here. So SeaTac is where you would get on to. Okay. Let's go there then. We'll go SeaTac. Don't hear any music at the moment. Not hear that at all. It's very lo-fi, to be honest. How about do-do-do, do-do-do. Oh, you hear it now? At least the snare hits. All right, hold on. Let me know if you can hear this. How about that? Nope. We're going to Lisbon, Portugal. You're into the Belém Tower. How about that? Hearing it now? Okay. I mean, let me know. You might not want music. In which case, I'll turn it off. Do, 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 do. There goes England.
Hit it, boys.
Ah! This isn't very chill, is it, Danger? There you go. So there we go. Right. So yeah, there goes England. We're actually traveling okay. I think I'm going to try and catch up some time by increasing my speed, although I don't think we have any speed restrictions currently. So I'm going to up our speed to 320 while it's nice and calm. You like the noise of the engines? Yeah, me too. Just going to put a bit of music on for a minute though. I do usually just have a bit of lo-fi on these flights so we can just chill out. Well, we'll get to our final altitude burst. They don't seem to be wanting to transition me yet up to our actual our height, should we say, our flight level of 340 at LASNO. I wonder if it's going to take us to LASNO before it gives us 340. I do wonder. But what I'm going to do is we're just going to request it. So altitude increase, we're currently at 14,000. So let's go for 24,000.
Manchester Center, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. Request flight level 240.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee
Excellent.
4585 climb and maintain flight level 240.
Are the kiddos excited about the puppies? Yes. And you can fully feel them now. You can feel exactly where they are. Climb and maintain flight level 240, EasyJet Easy 4585.
Climb and maintain flight level 240, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
So I'm actually going to ask for another increase to 340. So we're going to ask for another altitude increase by another 10. So we're going to ask for 340.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. Request flight level 340.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 climb and maintain flight level 240. Expect flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. Expect flight level 340. EasyJet Easy 4585.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. Expect flight level 340. EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 contact Scottish Center on 119.875. Good day.
119.875 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Cruising speed for the A320 is 800 or 511 miles per hour. Yeah, we're in knots right now. Currently chilling at about 424 knots. The plane will try and be economical. Let me I'm gonna put the lo-fi music back on. So the plane will try and be economical if it can, which is the cost index that you put in. Oh, we can set this pressure to standard now instead of using the QNH as well. But yeah, so our current speed, if I come down here, you can see is the TAS. That's our airspeed, I think, and then ground speed is 400. So I think that means that we have a tailwind, but I'm not entirely sure. No, the wind's against us. Sorry, the wind's against us. So we're actually flying into the wind. So the wind is against us today. We're going to be going slower because the wind is creeping up on us, unfortunately. So our ground speed is 400 knots, but actually we're flying at 440 knots airspeed. But the ground speed is 400 knots. So we're doing 400 knots. I'm not too worried about fuel because we've got a lot on board. So fuel doesn't worry me. So we will probably push it and try and travel as fast as we can. We want to get up to our flight level first before we start oofing it, putting a foot down and whatnot. Look at that cloud cover though. We're just not going to see a damn thing, are we, while we're flying over England? Nothing over England, nothing over Ireland. Just nothing. But anyway. Yes, I will keep you up to date in Discord. Of course I will, Danger. I will post pictures of what's happening. Rosie is going to be the host and record as many videos about it as we can. And probably, I don't know, maybe she'll stream it a little bit. I don't know what she's going to do. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we're at flight level. I need contact Shannon Center.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 flight level 240.
Give us 340.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 Shannon Center. Continue to Whiskey Tango Delta as planned.
Come on, give us 340.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 climb and maintain flight level 340.
Excellent.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
And there we go. Once we get up there to our final flight level, we don't want to go over speed. We don't want to stress the plane because all of the damages are on. So, you know, we've got all the realism on. This isn't in arcade mode. So I don't want to damage the plane. But we are, once we're at our final flight level, we will then begin to speed up and we'll try and knock off some time from our estimated arrival. Currently, it reckons we're going to get there about 10:34 UTC. And it is currently 8:17. So it thinks it's going to be 2 hours and 15 minutes. No. Yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes so far that it reckons we've got remaining. Expected arrival, according to the passengers, is 2 hours 23. So currently, I'd say we're on time. But we're just going against the headwind. So we don't have we can't do anything about that, sadly. Do-do-do-do. Customers are noticing me. Check my emails while we're here. No, nothing good on my emails. WhatsApp. Oh, Welly. Not got anything constructive to say. Or you as an adult, my friend. How you doing, buddy? I'm getting chilly. Getting chilly. So we're going to put jumper on. Whereabouts are you based again, Welly? Not Scotland, do you? I forget where you're based. I was kind of hoping actually that the weather would be clear and that we'd fly over England today, so we can go and sort of fly over, you know, places like Manchester perhaps and Bristol and the whatnot. But the flight plan itself. Oh. Ooh, yeah, see, we might have to lower our airspeed slightly anyway. We'll set it to automated for a minute. You're in London. London. Fair play to you. I'm not a fan of big cities. I liked San Diego when I went to the States, but Chicago was too much for me. Too much. Too busy. Too crazy. London's the same. For me, anyway. I don't even like going into Plymouth City Centre, to be fair. All right. So we've got there's a fair few planes flying around. Yeah, I remember you starting your studying esports. What kind of thing does that entail? Is that kind of the technology behind it? or is it sort of the promotion of it? Like, what kind of thing does that entail? I assume the technology would be a big part. That freaking view as the sun comes up. Ironically, we're flying directly over Dublin right now, guys, but I know you can't see. Oh yeah, there we go. Slight gap in the clouds. That's Dublin down there. Down there is Dublin. Not that you would know. You just have to trust me on that one. It's like it's swimming. Just swimming on a path of just clouds forever. Might switch to that one, then I can go down. Anyway. Oh, we're still climbing. How far away are we? We're just about to hit our cruising altitude. At which point I'm going to push the plane a little bit faster than the plane wants to go. Because I can see roughly what we're doing. Coaching and events. I want it to be on selected speed mode. I want it to be, we'll go at least like, we can probably go 280, can't we? Let's do 280. Selected speed mode. There we go. Take us to 280, plane. Are we speeding up? I think we are. Check the engines. Seem to be running all right. Everything's good. We've got 9.5 tons of fuel on board. And we're cruising at the moment. So that's... should be fine. Obviously that's managed anyway. We can go back to nav mode now.
Pioneer 18903, contact Dublin approach on 133.28. Good day.
All right, so our ground speed is 433 knots. We've managed to shave how long off of our time? 6 minutes. So we've shaved 6 minutes off of our expected arrival time by speeding up a little bit. Every little helps. So 10:28. Seatbelt signs are already off. Everything's... We're all set, aren't we? Like, everything is literally set. We're good to go currently. I'm going to double check that we're definitely, yeah, flight level 340. Let's have a look at what passengers we got on board today, shall we? Hayani James, leisure. 12 years old. Obviously, the kids don't come with their parents on this game, so don't know who's looking after her. We have Jackson Megrelivny, Sebastian Clark, Dean Lawrence, Daniel Hasanoff, Cam Wilkinson. Have we got anyone in business class? A few people in business class. Everyone's getting a little bit hungry, I've noticed. Wonder if they'll be around with food anytime soon. Eric Walsh. Yeah, everyone's a little bit hungry. I think food is going to be needed soon. Bill Morris, Sharon. Elsa's on here from Frozen. You know Elsa. She flies EasyJet. In leisure class as well. Disney gave her no money. She can't fly business class. She's leisure. What's Rosa? She's hungry. She's hungry. Everyone's seated though. Everyone's okay. Just okay. Let's do an announcement for them, shall we? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our climb altitude or our cruise altitude of 34,000 feet. If you look out the right-hand side of the plane right now, you see we've just flown over Dublin. Clouds are pretty crazy. There's not much you can see down there. However, on the left-hand side of the plane, if you look out the window, you will see the Irish Sea. And on the right, you will see the beautiful green, lush lands of Ireland. There's lots of pubs down there for Guinness, but we're not stopping in them. Ah, man, I always talk too long. God damn it. Always talk too long. Give them a point of interest anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached our climb altitude or our cruise altitude of 34,000 feet. If you look out the right-hand side of the plane right now, you see we've just flown over Dublin. Clouds are pretty crazy. There's not much you can see down there. However,
Can't believe.
on the left-hand side of the plane, if you look out the window, you will see the Irish Sea. And on the right, you will see the beautiful green, lush lands of Ireland.
We're nearly a quarter of the way through, folks. Nearly a quarter of the way through. I wonder which runway we'll be landing on. Didn't even think about that. Didn't even think about that. Cabin crew, any chance I can get a cup of coffee up here?
Cabin crew, any chance I can get a cup of coffee up here?
Not a problem.
Is it reading what I'm saying? Hang on, let me try something. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a point of interest out the left-hand side of the plane. You will see a building. There is. Public address, point of interest. Wow. Okay, now I need to Google to say what I need to say. PACX, voice commands. I want to have a list. That was so cool. TFI design.
In a few moments, we will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look in your seat back for a list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, we only accept credit cards.
Okay. Learn more. Trailer concept announcement. Blah, 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 blah. User documentation. That's what I want. Open the guide. And then I want a list of things I can say. That's what I want. I want a list of different things I can say. Let me see. Okay, so the auto hide delay, what's that? If I leave that on 4 seconds. Now it should just disappear after 4 seconds, supposedly. They're going to do it. As is. Right, where are the things that I can say? Oh man, they're not in there. I'm just gonna have to try and learn them off the top of my head by just looking and reading, I guess. So what do we have interactions wise? We have ahead of schedule, we've got aircraft problem, diversion, expedite, public address. So if I just go cabin crew, is there any chance I can get a meal up here? I'm a bit hungry. Okay. Let's try. What other options would there be? Meal. There we go. You can still kind of see some of England out there a little bit. We've got Ireland out there a little bit. The weather's clearing up, actually. The weather is clearing up nicely. Let's see. What other commands could there be that we could say? I don't know. I don't want to risk it right now. All right. What's our speed? Our ETA. So this is our time in real life we're expected to land is 1:39. That's actually way earlier than I thought it was going to be, isn't it? That's earlier than we thought, Danger. 1:39. I just realized you still at work, Danger. Hopefully that's going all right. I'm going to need to get some food in a second. Do da da do 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 do. Right, I am going to leave you guys looking at this for a few seconds while I go and grab myself another drink and potentially something quick to eat. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a second. Present back. Did I miss anything? Nope. So that's good news. All right. So hopefully you're enjoying the flight, guys. We've just left Ireland, or we're just about to leave Ireland. This is the last time we have flown over land. So down there, that's over there. That's the last bit of land that we're going to see now for a very long time. Now we are heading off. Heading off over the ocean. That's it. I went and grabbed myself a little snack. I can have a snack while we're flying here. I'll go and chill out. Barbecue, ham and pineapple, this pizza is. It's what's left over of Rosie's Make Your Own. That's actually quite interesting. What game is everyone playing? Danger's been playing... there's a few people actually I've seen have been playing... it's called Lost Ark. That's the one. Lost Ark. Is that the name of... Hang on. Is Lost Ark the name of the Ark map that came out recently? Lost Ark. I can't remember.
Contact Shannon Center on 127.5. Good day.
127.5. EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
127.5 for EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. Shannon Center, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, flight level 340.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, Shannon Center, continue to MAPAG as planned.
Okay, so we're back at Shannon. Back contacted to Shannon. Bum, 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 bum. It's actually really nice, this pizza. I was taking the mickey out of Rosie for choosing it. It's actually really nice. mean, we are booting it, to be fair. We have a little look at our speed. We've got to be going quite fast. 10:22. We are smashing time off of our arrival time, guys, have you noticed? If you're enjoying the stream, guys, if you're enjoying lurking in the background, if you like these flight sim ones, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Really, really helps, of course. And let us know in the comments if you've flown this flight before. The flight plan is in the description, so you can go fly it yourself. But yeah, it's now UTC 10:21. Literally, we are knocking time. Completely knocking time off of this. How fast are we going? Ah, there you go. Look, so we now got a crosswind. So the wind has changed. We now have a crosswind. So therefore, which, by the way, if you don't know where you're looking on the screen, just up here. So we have our airspeed, our ground speed, and then the wind direction. So if the wind's coming at us, like pointed directly at us, then that means that although the plane's airspeed, the speed that it's flying through the air, might be higher, because part of that speed is actually the speed that the wind is blowing at us. It means that our actual speed we're traveling across the world is not as fast. Whereas now, if you have a look, we are literally...
Silence. A sergeant has joined.
Oh, yes. Absolute legend.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, acknowledge last transmission.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, we've got a...
123.905 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee
Silence. A sergeant
4585.
has joined the ranks.
To move that down a bit, don't we? Oh, Rob Pickled Orange's membership is going across as well. Thank you very much, Rob Pickled Orange, and whoever else just auto updated their membership. I appreciate you.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, flight level 340.
Okay, we're now connected to XAMAX Center, which is fine. But yeah, now, if you have a look, now we're starting, as we turn, we're starting to get a tailwind, and our speed is now 500 knots. So this tailwind is gonna help. If the wind can change and give us a proper tailwind, we will be loving life very, very much. I'll say it's now 10:13 that we're going to arrive, which is only in an hour and a half. So we've shaved a lot of time off of our flight if this wind stays in our favor. So let's hope it does. Let's hope the wind stays in our favor as the weather underneath begins to clear a little bit. You're still playing Grounded, Dis. It's the only game that almost had you buy a PlayStation 4. Coming to Xbox and Game Pass, it saved you a few pennies. Oh, MLB The Show. So what is MLB The Show? What is that? It obviously stands for something. What does it stand for? What does it stand for? Oh, Major League Baseball, of course. My bad. My bad. Yeah, it looks like weather's clear all the way to Portugal. Absolutely all the way to Portugal. Fantastic. Made myself a... Oh, in fact, no, I didn't. What am I talking about? We almost disappeared from the realism there for a second. Cabin crew, I was wondering if I could get a drink up here. A mocha would be fantastic. A Mexican chocolate mocha. Thank you very much.
Cabin crew, I was wondering if I could get a drink up here. A mocha would be fantastic. A Mexican chocolate mocha. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Let the flight crew bring me my Mexican chocolate mocha. How foolish of me to remove myself from the immersion. What a fool. Well, we'll be back in it in a second. All right, so we're traveling at 280 knots. But with this wind, it's 511 that we're actually traveling at. So, yeah, we are just... You remember the time that we're due in. It's currently 12 minutes past 10 UTC is when we're due. If anyone wants to remember that and compare it to later on. I want to say we're ahead of schedule, but at the same time, just in case we get a headwind, I don't. It's not my luck. I'll tell them all that we're ahead of schedule. And then the winds will change and we'll suddenly be really late. So, gonna pass on that one. Everyone's reasonably satisfied anyway. Thank you very much. The flight attendant just returned with my cup of coffee. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Goodbye. Oh, that's good. Nice Mexican chocolate coffee. Beautiful. What kind of a live stream is this if we remove ourselves from the immersion? Unacceptable one, that's what it would be. That's very nice. We are connected, aren't we? Yeah. Headwind isn't going to be the issue. It'll be slowing you down to 150 knots while still 100 miles from the airport. True. That'll be the major issue. We won't be doing that today. Learned my lesson yesterday. Definitely learned my lesson yesterday on that part. We are going to not slow down until we need to, until the restrictions come in. Then we're going to stay at those restrictions until we are very close and we've got the speed brakes. Yeah. Not going to make that mistake twice, Dennis. Or 3 times or 4 times. Actually, we probably made it 4 or 5 times already anyway. Anyway, we should be golden regardless. You like the t-shirt? I've just seen you said you like the t-shirt. Thanks, Danger. This is actually my favorite t-shirt. It is my favorite t-shirt. It's just a Jordan t-shirt. But it is cold. I am freezing cold in this house right now tonight. It's a chilly one. But that's good because our time, if we can get in earlier, I can get to bed earlier, and that's always good. That's always good. Ba-ba-bum. So we're actually nearly halfway. We're nearly halfway through the flight. We are roughly, I mean, let's see, that's usually about, yeah, we've got ages till our descent. What I'm going to begin doing at this point is looking at our charts for when we're going to get there, or the airport that we're going to get to. Now, we are landing in LPPT. We don't know what runway we've got yet, but what we want to look at is the approach. Standard arrival chart. Start ICAO, runway 21. Runway 3. So not just a general... Let's go back into the cockpit and see where we come in from, because I'm interested. So XAMAX is actually where we come in from. So if we're landing runway 21, we're expecting, or our route has put us on runway 3, but let's say we're going to come in on runway 21. Chart not loading. Thank you. Takes us XAMAX. So the transition altitude is... Why can I never find... 4,000. Okay, so our transition altitude for our approach is 4,000. So let's put that in the plane now. What does the weather map look like? I'll show you. This is obviously where we have already gone so far. So this was our takeoff. Took off. Originally, we were going to use the other runway. We would have flown straight out. As you can see, this would have taken us straight out there. That was our first plan. But we've learned, and I've learned, and you were here obviously yesterday when we were figuring it out, is that we don't put in the approach at the departure information until we get that from air traffic control, because even though the game air traffic control can be annoying, it does still at least put you on the right departure runway. So that gave us another one, but what we needed to pay attention to was this, which was our the first star. Hang on. No, SID. Sorry. So we need to pay attention to our SID. SID and star. SID is departures, star is arrivals. So we knew that we were going to this point. So we chose the right departure to match this. So it was very easy. It worked very nicely. And it took us out of the other runway and around and back down. So that was fine. We've left all that bad weather behind. And we've flown, as I say, over Ireland. Look, we've fully, left everything behind. These NAT tracks, I think I mentioned before, these are for when you're transferring across over to the States. So these are sort of like highways, should we say, for traveling to and from the United States. They change all the time, so you have to make sure you have the right ones, depending on weather and winds and things, I think. Anyway, so yeah, so we're coming down here. Weather in Portugal just looks nice, doesn't it? Just looks nice. But we are coming in from XAMAX. So this is our star, should we say. So this is our star. This is the point we're coming in on, where we then need to make sure that we have the correct arrival depending on which runway they give us, which will depend on what the winds are like. So, XAMAX, I'm currently looking at the charts on my other screen. And let's go back into the game. Again, I'm not going to put the METAR information in yet, but I might do soon. So yeah, we're coming in from XAMAX, flight level 250. We have, let me see if I zoom in a little bit. Bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Oh wow, there's so many holding patterns. But yeah, actually, let's put in our transition altitude because we know that. So that will be in our performance. We go to next phase, which is our descent. And then our transition altitude here is actually 4,000. It's really low, I feel, but whatever. I'm going to have a look at the... So over on Volanta, I can actually see what the QNH is. And it's 1032. So 1032. It's going to be our QNH on approach. Temperature there at the moment is 11 degrees. So obviously this isn't daytime temperatures. So this is the weird thing. We've gone for real life weather, but not real life time, because again, I don't want to fly. There's no point us flying around in the dark constantly, because it would be the darkest, most dingiest streams you could think of. So so that's what I've done with that. 60 knots or 60 degrees at 3 knots is the wind, so the winds aren't that bad. It should actually be a really easy landing. Oh, 060/03 knots. Oh. 060/. There we go. So that information's in there. Okay. Now in our flight plan, does it put any of that information in? XAMAX, we're going to reach at flight level 340. I think at XAMAX, we want to be at flight level 250, I think. So yeah, I think at XAMAX, we want to be at flight level 250. Oh, it's all very interesting though. Yeah, weather-wise. We're creeping up on Spain. But yeah, we're about halfway now. Halfway through. 607 miles remaining. Our ground speed is 547 knots. In fact, we have now our autopilot's just disengaged. For some reason, we have issues with autopilot right now. All right, autopilot 2 also doesn't want to engage. Okay. Don't know what that was, but I'm not happy about that. All right, we're good to go again though. We have begun to slow down slightly. 10:18. Reckons we'll get there. I still want 280. Climb and maintain flight level 340. EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Climb and maintain flight level 340 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. It's still just cloudy though, isn't it? It's still just cloudy. Still cloudy everywhere. No clear skies available. Never mind. Okay, so we know our transition altitude is 4,000 feet. Next thing I want to know is what's the... don't actually need that anymore. That one. So I now want the approach. So approach ILS for runway 21 is fine. R21. Okay. $4,000. 2,000 feet. But we want to... 4,000 is the main one, isn't it? Okay. We'll come into here. Go to our calculator. Target altitude 4,000, which is our transition altitude. Remember, we need 94 miles before we get there to... before we do that. 94 miles before we get to XAMAX. So when that's on... Currently at BEGAS. When that's at about 94... no, that's not right, is it? I'll have to figure this out in a minute. Slowed down to 480. But $5B or $7D, it looks like. You can use one of those two. Wonder if you can request the ATIS for the airport that you're going to on here. XAMAX flight level 250. So we want to be at flight level 250 by the time we hit XAMAX. That's what we need to be at. I need to find something else. I've lost track of what I was going to do. What was I going to do, guys? Oh, my brain's turned off. I need to stop flying so late at night. Oh, that was it. I want the radio frequencies. General. Obstacle chart, obstacle chart, obstacle chart. Approach terrain chart. Let's have a look. Let's try and find ATIS. Ah, we do. Arrival information, Lisbon Control Tower. Okay, so 124.155. Let me try something. Go on here and type in... Oh, we need to go COM2. Okay, I'd have to do it on the... What the heck? Have you looked outside the plane? We're underneath like a level of clouds. Man. Okay, so what I want is active. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing enough, I don't think. We do have 1, 2, and 3. So if I change this one to VHF2. That doesn't work anyway. Oh, there we go, VHF2. And then if I tune that to 124.155, I'm assuming we won't be able to get it. 124.155. And then up here, yeah, there we go. So now we're on 124.155. We just got nothing yet. And we can see nothing. So, there we go. When we come in, maximum speed is 280 knots. Flight ceiling is 250. So, for XAMAX here, we want to be at flight level 250. I don't think you can change anything here. Unless you do FL 250 and click XAMAX. Maybe. But I don't want to break the flight plan. Let's see if I can do that. Change flight level in MDCU flight plan. Boo 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 boo. Dee 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 dee. I don't know. I'll leave it as it is for now. But I do know that we need to be at flight level 250. So over here in the fly pads, I'm going to change that to 25,000. So we know we need 28 miles to do it. At which point now I just know that when that XAMAX one is at 28 miles, we will reduce the speed to reduce the height to, it won't be 250, we'll have to go down to 240. So it'll be 240 at that point. Bum 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 bum. If you're enjoying yourself, guys, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Really helps. Helps me know what you guys enjoy watching, what you don't, where you want to go, where you don't. Still on pace for a 2212 UTC landing. Ooh, 14. 10-14. 10-14. We slowed down ever so slightly, just a touch. In fact, we lost. I think we lost some of our headwind, didn't we? We're at 494. There was a point where we were at about 510, I think. But we've got a tailwind. We have got a tailwind pushing us along, which is really nice. But it's not pushing us as much as it did before. Got a very long way to go, though. Very long way to go. And I'm just currently just looking at the restrictions in altitude where we're coming in, and looks like 7,000 feet when we get close, but it's 25,000 feet where we are. So okay. Oh, dum. If I click on XAMAX, so on the new planes, we haven't got this right now, but on the newer updates that's coming out, you have a hold function here, which basically means yesterday when we had issues, and we just carried on flying while we were trying to fix them, what we would do is we'd be able to put ourselves on a hold while we figure out what we're going to do. You wouldn't normally just do that, but like that's what we could have done yesterday when we had no ATC. At an airport, if you are, you know, when you arrive, if it's busy, then you won't necessarily be told to land straight away. You might be put in a holding pattern with basically a queue with other aircraft, and you basically, when the new update to the plane comes out, you'll be able to click that hold button, and it will automatically, it will ask you how fast you want to go, what altitude you want to go, and what the constraints are in terms of the heading, etc. And what it will do then, it will just fly an oval until you tell it to stop. That's going to be really, really useful when we fly busy nights or busy days when we get to VATSIM, because, you know, so we don't have to fly the whole patterns ourselves. It's just going to be a lot easier. Passenger satisfaction still good. Yes. So today, I'm glad that all of the issues we had came before we actually managed to get in the air. So as far as the flight's concerned, it's gone pretty swimmingly well, I'd say. I mean, we've now only got, 492 miles remaining. We're actually very, very swiftly creeping up on Spain. We're very, very quickly creeping up on Spain, actually. I'll show you. So, creeping up on Spain pretty swiftly by $533. Holy crap, man. That's crazy money, dude. That is crazy money. I'm glad you're happy, though, man. It's your money. Spend what you want on. But yeah, we're creeping up on Spain very quickly. And we'll be flying... How many miles is that? I haven't got like a measuring ruler or something, but it's got to be about 200 miles till we get to Spain. 200 miles, and then... Well, actually, we can see Bega is about half the distance to where Spain is. So let's have a look. If I go in here and see how long it is to get to Begas, 105 miles. Boom, 200 miles. Fly until you're ready to land or run out of fuel. That's what we're going to do. Don't say swimmingly when we're in a plane. I love the in-flight briefing on this game, on this PACX mod. I love the fact that the cabin crews say, in the unlikely event that the captain decides to take us all for a swim. Like, oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Still 300 degrees, 3-knot wind. So if we have a look at our current direction, we are... the wind currently is, I think, a 300-knot wind. 318 degrees by 48. So we have got this wind all the way home. All the way to Lisbon. We have got this tailwind pushing us along. So 10:13 is when we're going to get there. And the current time is, which is here, by the way, on this little clock, because we're not playing real time. This is game time, 9:16. So we've got an hour. We'll be landing in an hour. On the ground in an hour. Whereas the expected arrival time is currently 10 minutes. So do you know what? I'm going to tell them that I'm going to give them some good news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been flying with a tailwind for most of the last hour or two. And that has given us a bit of a heads up. No, that's rubbish. Don't say that. We ruined it. I'm too tired. We ruined it. What an awful announcement that was. Fire me. Hit the thumbs down button. Oh, I'm still talking. Cancel. Ladies and gentlemen, due to a tailwind we've been making the most of so far on the flight, and do have the advantage of for the rest of the flight all the way to Lisbon, it does appear that we are going to be slightly early. We are running ahead of schedule, so hopefully we should have you on the ground approximately 10-15 minutes earlier than we thought. we're going to get that flipping... We are going to get this satisfaction record higher.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to a tailwind we've been making the most of so far on the flight, and do have...
That gave them 1%. These guys, you just can't please them. 1%.
It does appear that we are going to be slightly early. We are running ahead of schedule. So hopefully we should have you on the ground approximately 10-15 minutes earlier than we thought.
Okay, fine. Oh, well, 1% is better than 0, I guess. It's better than 0. All right. Still just cloud cover, though. I wonder if we're going to keep the cloud cover all the way to Lisbon. Or if it will clear up. Doesn't appear to be clearing up, does it, anytime soon? Oh. I have not been sleeping enough to do these late nights. I thoroughly enjoy them, don't get me wrong. You know, it doesn't matter what time I'm staying up to at the moment. If I'm playing this game, I'm just a happy person. But I am tired. Really tired. If you repeatedly say it, it will keep adding 1%. Maybe. But then they'll think that we're going to be really early, and that's not going to happen. Can I send a flight attendant back to seat 24 to bring you a cocktail? Certainly. What kind of cocktail would you like? You're tired too, Pando? Mate, you've been working, though. You've been busy. A vodka club soda? Cool. Cabin crew, can I, by any chance, get a vodka club soda with a lime on the side sent back to AP in seat 24? That's AP in seat 24. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Cabin crew, can I by any chance get a vodka club soda with a lime on the side sent back to AP in seat 24? That's AP in seat 24. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Enjoy, AP. Oh, don't be silly. We gotta look after everybody. Gotta look after everybody. Do 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 do. Man, this flight's going well. This flight is going well. That's your view as you sit and enjoy your club soda. You had about 5 hours sleep, Danger. What were you doing? Was it the dogs, I guess, I suppose? Wake you up as well. We're so close now. Getting so close. You can see underneath, can't you? So underneath, if you didn't notice this already, if you're new to the stream or new to the channel or whatever, underneath my camera right now, you'll see it says VS. That's our vertical speed. Minus figures for when we're going down. Obviously positive figures for when we're going up. Then our ETA, that is ETA my time, like my computer time, because it's currently late. It's currently 20 to 1 in the morning. Distance is how long we have left. So we have got 426 nautical miles left to our destination, which is Lisbon today. Altitude. Altitude is our altitude. Doesn't seem to pay any attention. So it says, did the altitude say 32,000 something? We're at 34,000. So I'm interested to know what that's all about. Altitude 32,000. Is there like... No, so it doesn't... The altitude doesn't seem to pay any... Yeah, the altitude is just the altitude. It doesn't... It's not thinking about... or paying into attention, sorry, the actual barometric pressure. This is not the altitude given on the ship, on the ship, on the plane, on the aircraft, but instead it's the altitude according to the correct barometric pressure, I think, because it's wrong otherwise. But But yeah. 5 hours blooming sleep, Danger, you nutcase. Nutcase. Yeah, we've got about an hour. And we should be landing in Lisbon. I've got a feeling it's going to be a really nice landing. If the wind is coming this way, then I've got a feeling we will be landing. Just going to go out on a whim here and assume we are going to be landing on runway 3. I think we'll be landing runway 3. So we're not going to need... that's the arrival chart for RNAV runway 21. So let me find the ILS runway 3. That's the chart we want. So again, we need to be 4,000 feet. So 4,000 feet is still the transition altitude, so that's fine. And for the stars, if we go down to runway 3, and we're going to be coming in from XAMAX. So runway 3, XAMAX, which is that sucker just there. Okay. I'm prepared. I'm prepared this time. Got the charts and everything. Like, really, really prepared. Kind of an airship. Yeah, that's true. Do I remember you said you would do a Sons of the Forest series? Yes, 100%. Me and Pando, definitely in. Evil, I believe, is definitely in. And I don't know. I don't think Horizons wants to do it, so it might be possibly Danger if she wants to play it. Been playing Lost Ark instead of sleeping. I've been playing... We're all bad. We all spend too much time gaming and not enough time looking after our own schedules. But yes, AP, definitely. Sons of the Forest. It will be over on my Icarus channel. I was gonna create a new channel for all the sims that I've got into recently, which is racing and flying and, you know, whatever else. Because I've always loved this kind of thing, but I've never had the guts to stream it because I never thought anybody would come and hang out. I mean, basically. And so, you know, and after everything took off with Ark and Grounded, I just was... Those are the games we play, sort of thing. Now I'm very much in a different mode, different mood. A lot more stress-free, probably. So yeah, so this channel is probably more than likely going to be for this kind of thing, and which are very easygoing. And then obviously all my tech stuff I'll probably put on here as well. And then Icarus XP will be for the survival. So Sons of the Forest will be over on Icarus XP. Northern Lights, which we've been playing, that'll be over on Icarus XP. And Icarus, obviously, be on Icarus XP. So that's the way everything's going to be for a minute. But yeah, are you looking forward to it, AP? You looking forward to it? So runway 3, arrival charts. Distance to go. So we want to be about 3.3 degrees, between 3.3 degrees and 2 degrees. We want to be at PT05, flight level 200. Let me just see, where is... Where's XAMAX on here? Oh, that's us. Oh, Madrid Center. 118.275, EasyJet, Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
118.275, EasyJet, Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Really enjoyed the forest. The jump scare factor in that game is so fun. I enjoyed the forest, but I played it with Panda, who knew what he was doing. He'd completed it before. And so we had a really fun time playing it. The video is actually on this channel somewhere. I don't know where, but it's around somewhere. And so we really enjoyed playing it, but at the same time, it was... there wasn't so much of the jump scary aspect of it because we knew, or Panda knew what he was doing. So that part I kind of lost, I think. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Sons of the Forest, and I'm guessing it's going to be in VR. And Forest, I was saying to Panda the other day, Forest actually did quite a good job of converting their base game to play quite well on VR, to be honest. So if they can do that with their old version of their game, then if they're bringing out something new, in my opinion, they should be able to do something pretty special with it. So I'm hoping it's going to be really good for VR too. I hope Microsoft do something good with their VR. Because this game in VR is another level of immersion. Like, just another level of immersion. But the problem is that it's not optimized enough. It just doesn't run right. So hopefully they'll sort that out too pretty soon. I'm sure it will be. I think it'll be on VR because, like I said, the other ones are. So it wouldn't make sense if it wasn't. But all right, what arrival chart do I have here? This is runway 21. So that's not what I want. And this one is runway 21 as well. So that's also not what I want. Okay, so we've got our instrument arrival chart for runway 3. Then the approach. I want to add this one though. Let's pop that one out. And which is my arrival chart for XAMAX. There we go. Flight level 290. Brilliant. Runway 3. Arrival and approach chart for runway 3 ILS. There we go. All right, so I've got my 2 charts now. So we've got PACX, NETVO, OCNIB, DME, and LOC. And then we have... Here we're going to be coming in from XAMAX. So it's going to be XAMAX, FTM, Odlux. So we're coming at 280 knots, flight level 290 max. We're going to come in at about 270. And then we want to head down. We're going to be 250 there. And okay. Especially when the flight staff bring you mockers. Yeah, right. Definitely. I think we can probably get our... I think we can probably request our METAR information now. Get our weather request for everything again. We'll send for that one. Wait till basically it should come up here on the screen. It's really immersive, this plane, actually. So here on the screen, we should get a message in a minute that says company message. That means we've just received some data back. We've just sent off. There you go. So we've just sent off for the weather, and we've just received it. So if we come back down here and go to our received messages, you'll see we have a new message that's METAR information, which is our weather. So we click here, gives us our departure airport. We obviously don't need it, but it's on there. Then it also gives us our arrival airport and our emergency, so our diversion airport, just in case something goes wrong. It sends us the information for that as well. So I'll print that one out. With a bit of luck, down here, we should see this piece of paper coming out down the bottom of the screen. Click that one, and it'll put it here. So you can see we've now got 2 pieces of paper on top of each other. So our METAR information is where we're going. I don't know what this Zulu is. I genuinely, I don't know what that is. If you know what that is, let me know. But this is the direction and the speed of the wind. So we have 280 degrees at 3 knots is the direction. So if I come into my initial screen here and we go to, performance screen, and we're going to head over to our approach. So we can see that LPTT, as I say, it's 280 at 3 knots. So we'll put that into here. So 280/03 knots. That's our approach. And 9999, and our QNH is 1032, which is, so that hasn't changed. Temperature, I'm not sure. I don't know which one is the temperature, actually. I wonder if it's one of these. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we're a fair distance away now. We're creeping up on it reasonably slowly. Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to come in on runway 3 is what I think we're going to get. I think we're going to get runway 3. Okay. Let's actually bring that up. Or real life aviation. Do 747 pilot. I've heard of some 747 pilot. I'll tell you one that I've been following recently, and it's good for anybody, even if you don't like flying, is... Oh, no. Now I can't remember his name. God damn it. Callum, you're a bad person. Hold on. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. Give me a second. Come on. Where is it? It is... Rebuild Rescue. Rebuild Rescue. That's the one. So this guy, basically, he basically restores things. So he will restore trucks and old cars and things like that. He restores them from being all rusted and haven't been used for 15 years or whatever, and then tries to bring them back to life, get them working, etc. Anyway, he was trying to do his private pilot's license, and the airfield that he was training at, he noticed that there was a plane that was just all run down. So he found the owner and basically said, you know, can I have a go at getting it started for my channel, etc., etc., etc. The owner then said, if you can get it started, you can have it. So it had been on the airport for, I think it was 20 years, I think. Been on in the airport, just not started, just basically slowly but surely dying, full of birds and nests and stuff. And he basically tried to get it started in order to get the plane for free. I'm not going to tell you whether he got it started or not, but yeah, so that's something I've been following since Christmas. That's a really quite humbling and interesting series to watch. So Rebuild Rescue is his name. He has gained approximately I have read sign in. Yeah, I can't even remember what I was going to say then. But yeah, anyway, so that's just a really, really humbling and interesting thing to watch. He has gained so many subscribers in the last month. So his channel's been going for ages, but he has gained so much in the last month. I think he's gained nearly 100,000 subscribers in like, maybe even more, actually. Might be nearly 200,000 subscribers I think he's gained in the last, since he started that series. So it's a really cool one to watch. Like I say, he seems like a really nice guy as well, which is always nice. I'd much rather spend my time watching a video made by someone who's a nice guy or girl. Okay, so I need to change this. There we go. Okay, beautiful. But yeah, so that's a really nice, really good one to watch. Check it out. Yeah, it's really good. Make sure you watch the first one. Don't watch like he released a video like 2 days ago or something. Don't watch that one first. Go back, find the one that was just before Christmas. Start there, and watch from there on. You'll have the best time if you do it that way. All right, guys and girls, we have reached Spain. Down below us, we have land. Land down below us, guys and girls. Finally. It looks nice down there, though. It looks nice. And still looks cloudy, though, but it looks nice. I'm happy with that. I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed. I'm happy. We have got 273 miles to go, and our ground speed is 533 knots. We're flying, folks. 10 past 10. We have knocked nearly half an hour off of our flight time since we left the coast of Ireland. The beauty of a tailwind, sorry, the beauty of a tailwind. That was our, here, UTC, our arrival time. That was 10:34, right? It's now 10:10, so. Everyone's still satisfied as well, all of our passengers. Look, Charles, still satisfied. Sorry, I turned that off. I've turned it back on now. Passengers are satisfied. 51 minutes they're thinking that we have left. We do not. We have way less than that. We have half an hour, 30 minutes. So I'm going to give us time to potentially have any issues with our descent and stuff like that. But I think we're good. Transition altitude was going to be 25,000 feet for us, wasn't it? I'm now going to change that to 27,000 feet. And our angle is... Can we do 3.3? No. Okay, we can't do 3.3. That would be pushing it, wouldn't it? That would be pushing our luck. What the hell? That's weird. Vertical speed. Angle. 3. There we go. Right. I don't know what I just did, but hopefully it didn't break anything. So yeah, so 22 miles before our target is when we want to do that. So 22 miles before we hit to XAMAX, wasn't it? XAMAX. Have a look. Our approach. So XAMAX maximum is going to be 280 knots, and flight level 290. We're going to come in at 270. And then we're going to fly down flight level 250 when we get to FTM. So all I'm thinking now is... Oh, tune Madrid Center. We forgot to do that.
Center, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, flight level 340.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Let's went to AGADO first. Then it's 112 miles to XAMAX. So we've got a longish way to go, but we are flying. Definitely flying, as in fast. A bit of turbulence there. What would be a really cool feature is if I could... I wonder if I could get it so that I can make a command in chat that changes the view in the sim. I reckon I could do that. That would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Like members could hit a button, type a certain thing, and it would move the camera. Very cool. Land. Flippin' land. Music and Wi-Fi, there is indeed. Wi-Fi for the passengers, music for the passengers. The music is lo-fi today because it is late. We've got some lo-fi music going. Hopefully you can hear it. But I'm just glad we can see land. That is Spain. So we've just gone over Santiago de Compostela. Don't know what that is. About to come over Pontevedra. But everyone's only 93% satisfied. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look out to the left side of the plane, you will see that we have begun flying across Spain and the lovely city of Pontevedra. Hopefully you enjoy that point of interest. Didn't pick up there was a point of interest.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look out to the left side of the plane, you will see that we have begun flying across Spain and the lovely city of Pontevedra. Hopefully you enjoy that point of interest.
That didn't make them more satisfied either. Charles, how do we fix these people? They're just grumpy. We've got a bunch of grumpy passengers. Grumpy bunch. Okay, so with a reasonable amount of time left and not much to do, I'm actually going to quickly run off to the bathroom. I'm going to let you watch out the window. Let me know if ATC tries to get hold of us while I'm gone. Will be just a few minutes. All right, I'm back. Let's check the ATC. Looked like that was fine, so that's good. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the flight tonight. Don't forget to leave your thumbs up review on TripAdvisor. There must be a cool way we can make it sound like TripAdvisor is YouTube. Right, okay. Anyway, you may have my face back, much to your dismay. Let's have a look at the passengers. It's a good idea. So we have, let's start with someone who's a little bit orange. So very thirsty, somewhat hungry. I must admit, I mean, where are the snacks and stuff? He must be coming around at some point soon. There's no way, you can't tell the cabin crew to do it though. They just do it as and when. So I think in that sense, it's better to plan the
EasyJet
flights.
Yankee 4585, contact Lisbon Center on 119.55.
Oh, contact Lisbon Center. We are passing over onto Portuguese airspace.
119.55 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. Lisbon Center EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, flight level 340.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, Lisbon Center, continue to AGADO as planned.
All right. Still flying across the coast. So we do literally have the coast below us, so we can see the beaches. You can see there's beaches down there as we fly through Portugal. That's actually an interesting... All the pictures are always, like, different. I'm going to save a few random ones like that. Anyway. Okay. Let's begin thinking about our descent at this point. So we've gone through AGADO, so we are literally heading to XAMAX now. We know when we hit XAMAX, we want to be at 27,000 feet. So, and we know it's going to take approximately 22 miles for that to be the case. So we're going to request 27,000 or flight level 270, because you dropped the last 2 zeros. You might have figured this out already. So we're going to request flight level 270 when we get closer. Yeah, so when we're 22 miles away from our next waypoint, which is about 80 miles or so. Shouldn't be too long. Anyway, so yeah, I think everyone's just hungry. I think the gist of it is everyone's hungry. This lady, she's 81 years old. She's tired. She's hungry. She's thirsty. How is she tired? It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. Why is she tired? Kim. Come on, Kim. There you go, look. Nora's not. Oh, the 6-year-old is tired and thirsty and hungry. Yeah, everyone's thirsty and hungry. It's fine, though. They're going to be really happy when we tell them how early we're going to be, because we should be still even earlier, I think. We should be still even earlier. All right, 92. Still got 6.1 tons of fuel on board. Thursday's going to be a big one. If anyone wants to hang out for a very long time, Thursday's going to be a very long flight. We're going to be in the air for 5 hours as we cross the Atlantic Ocean on Thursday, or the South Atlantic Ocean. Be big. Kim she was up all night partying hard over in Glasgow. I mean, to be fair, when we left last night, when we landed in Glasgow and we went off, I did say, you know, everybody go let your hair down, go have a nice time, go visit the bars. So maybe that's exactly what she did. Maybe she didn't go home. Maybe she didn't make it back to the hotel. Okay, we're 83 miles away. I'm very wary of these restrictions. Got myself a drink of Fanta as well. My daughter chose Fanta from the thing. I'm really hoping that we're going to get our runway at this point. Very much hoping that we're going to get our runway. I'm sure we're going to be going to runway 3. But you know, I don't want to push my luck. We should get to XAMAX and then get given our runway at that point. 75 miles. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do. Yeah, 22 miles. 22 miles. 69 left. Ooh. Got much planned for the rest of the evening, Charles? Or is it going to be pretty chill for you? Is that 60? Yeah, 66 miles. Mach 0.8 is our max speed. Don't actually need these, don't need those lights on at all anymore, do we? Turn the cabin lights off, save ourselves some energy. I need a new chair. That's going to be my Christmas present to myself this year. I'll get myself a new blimmin' chair. That's what we're going to get. Get myself a new comfortable chair. So that looks stuck. Oh, we still. Oh no, it's not 59. It's fine. Maybe play some LSPD FR. Los Santos Police Department firing range. What's LSPD? What is that? What is that game? What is that game? Dog needs a wee. Oh, GTA 5 Police Simulator. I thought it was. Hang on. So I figured out what it is. The cat is stood outside the back door. The mouse. Cat is outside the back door with the mouse. So that's what that is. Right, did I miss any? No. 39 miles, right. So we haven't missed anything. We are good to go. So you say GTA 5 Police Simulator. Is that literally a GTA 5 Police Simulator, or are you talking about GTA RP at this point? Oh, I need to close the door again. She's gone back upstairs. God damn dog. Let me close the door. Right, we've got some weather disappearing now, which is nice. Honestly. That's a mod for GTA 5. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. As I played RP before, but
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 and maintain flight level 230.
Okay, they want to bring us down to 230. Send and maintain flight level 230. EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee. Cat's outside with a mouse. He doesn't need a way. He should come down because he was stood outside with a mouse. What? Read that right. Hang on 1 second. Barking because the cat. Sorry, guys. Sorry. My my dogs have woken up because the cat is out the back with cat is out the back with a dead mouse. But one of my dogs is pregnant, and so obviously we don't want to risk them going out and eating horrible dead mouse that could potentially make her ill. So yeah, that's how that is. Anyway, they've given us our descent path themselves, which is interesting because the ceiling after XAMAX is actually flight level 250. So I've got a feeling that control might be giving us some, you know, a kind of approach, but we need a runway. We need a runway at this point. So let's see. Did they actually give us a runway yet? So we have 340. Yep, Lisbon continued to AGADO as planned. Descend and maintain flight level 230. It says request IFR clearance for our instrument flight plan. I'm going to click that.
Lisbon Center, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 requests destination change to Lisbon.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 is cleared to Lisbon Airport as filed. Squawk 4437.
Okay.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 cleared to Lisbon Airport as filed. Squawk 4437.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, readback correct. Radar contact flight level 265. Continue to Texas turning and following heading 010, descend and maintain 13,000 feet.
Continue to Zexus turning and following heading 010, descend and maintain 13,000 feet. EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Okay, so they want us to drop down to 13,000 feet. So at this point,
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
what I'm going to do is come here, set our arrival to to ILS 03. So I've got a feeling we're going to come in on runway 3. And we're going to come from XAMAX. There we go. We're going to insert that one.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585, please acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
Maintain 7,000 feet EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Okay, at this point, IFR clearance. There we go.
7 miles north. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 21 approach.
Okay, so they're giving us runway. So for our destination, our arrival, we actually want, they're going to give us ILS runway 21. That's what they're going to give us. That's via XAMAX. I don't know if we should have waited for that or what was going on, but anyway, XAMAX is the one. There we go. Insert. Acknowledge that one. So let's descend and maintain 4,000 feet. We're also going to bring our speed down to 250. There we go. We're going to bring our speed right down, actually, to like 220 at this point. There we go. So flight level 4,000. So 4,000 feet we're going to come in on runway 21 approach, which is annoyingly not what we were expecting, but it's not the end of the world. We've marked it in the calendar, so to speak, so we can come up here now to our approach, runway 21. There we go. Okay. I think we're set. We just need to descend to 4,000 feet, which we are doing incredibly slowly right now. Why are we traveling that? Why are we going down so slowly? Like, let's get down to 4,000 feet. Jesus. All right. How long do we have on the flight plan? Oh, to be fair, we haven't... Okay. No, let's leave that unmanaged. Okay. Sorry, Captain. The animals captured by Wonderly constitute a tiny fraction of cats' annual death count. Cats kill average of 2 billion birds and... Yeah. But the thing about the difference between cats and dogs... I'm a dog person, 100%. Sorry, cat owners. I'm a dog person. I just like dogs. I don't have anything against cats. I just prefer dogs. But at least cats, when they kill something, like my cat's just killed a mouse outside the back door. At least he's eaten it. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just eaten that mouse. So it hasn't gone to waste. It's not like the mouse was killed in vain, so to speak. Whereas... you know, whereas, like, if my dog found a squirrel, it's not going to eat the squirrel. I mean, it wouldn't, to be fair. My dogs couldn't kill them. I have miniature dachshunds. So when the puppies are born, which should be between Friday and Monday this week, then up while we're flying around doing our world tour, the top corner of the screen up there, there will be a camera. It will be pointed at the puppies, and you'll be able to watch the puppies as they sleep or as they feed or as they move around, etc. There should hopefully, by that point, also be a command in the chat that members will be able to type, and it will make the camera bigger for, say, 30 seconds, and then it will go back to being small again. Dogs have masters, cats have staff. I think it's more of just like dogs feel like more of they want to be involved with you. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing for me about dogs, I think, because the dog wants to play with you, it wants to do everything with you, whereas cats are more like they do their own thing. They're very well, they're naturally solitary animals, aren't they? Okay, what's our queue? So 1032 is our barometric pressure is 1032. Let's change that. My goodness me. much higher pressure. So we're going to need to bring this to 1032 because... There we go. Because it's going to ask us soon. See, I like the sort of that aspect of dogs, the social aspect. But yeah, dogs have masters, cats have staff. It's funny though because dog can be the master. You ever watch those programs where it's like dogs that like untrainable dogs or whatever? It's usually just the fact that the owner, the human, has not done a good job as the dog was growing up of making sure that that dog knows where its place is in the hierarchy. And so it thinks it's in charge. It's like, it's not in charge. Good example of this actually is my two dogs, where Rosie was a lot younger when we got Jasmine, or Jazzy, and then whereas Tia we had from a puppy. So, or like Rosie was around from a puppy. So it was quite amusing because with Jazz sees herself as higher up in the family hierarchy than Rosie. As far as Jazzy's concerned, she has more authority over Rosie. Tia, however, doesn't. She knows her place. She's, do you know what I mean?
4585, you are 47 miles northeast of Lisbon.
Okay.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact tower on 120.355.
123.355. EasyJet. Easy 4585.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 120.355.
Look at all the fields. They're so cool.
4585.
Okay. I think we can go to manage speed mode actually at this point. Because what I don't want to do is end up getting late. We are slightly later now. Actually, no. Let's keep it at. Let's do. Let's say 250. I'll do 250 knots. We are getting low, so let's. Don't need the seatbelt signs just yet. But we don't need any of that just yet, do we? 40 miles out. We're more or less coming straight in at this point, actually. Do 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 do. So the only thing I'm slightly annoyed at on this flight is that I feel maybe I shouldn't have I should have waited until they gave me my approach rather than I got a bit premature with asking for the clearance because I didn't want to be headed in the wrong direction. I feel like I probably could have waited. Okay, so we want to be down a lot faster now
We have begun our final descent into Lisbon. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the
down
seat
to
in front of
180
you.
knots.
Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
It's also some flaps. Help slow us down. We're going to slow down. There we go. Do 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 do. As we come into Lisbon. few more flaps. Bring us down to 180 knots according to the charts. We really do need to flip and descend right now, though. I don't know why we're descending so slowly. Turn the ILS on. No, actually, to be honest, no, I take that back. I take that back. Right, so we need the landing lights on, taxi lights on, and them to take off status. The seatbelt lights on. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
It's just cool to see all these different landscapes around the world. You know what I mean? Like landing in all these different airports. Obviously, the weather is always fun. Don't get me wrong. Like it was an adventure to land in the snow in Oslo, and it was an adventure to land in the rain in Glasgow and the wind. But seeing all the different landscapes of the world is kind of, for me, the coolest part of doing this and flying around. Is because in real life, it's something you see in real life. I remember flying over the USA when I went to TwitchCon, and just flying from one side of the US to the other, like just looking down at the landscape, the way that the farmers organize their fields and the roads and everything, just looking at it all was all really interesting. So that's hopefully going to be really, I'm really excited for that. I'm going to find that interesting. That's the speed brakes, by the way. Got the speed brakes on. We can turn them off. Or we can have them on, depending on whether we want to slow down or not. I'm going to leave them off now. And flaps are up as well. Look at that, look. Look at that, look. Beautiful. Bam, 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 bam. Do. Guys, if you're enjoying the flight so far, if you want us to have a buttery approach into Lisbon, as I get far too over-enthusiastic for a flight sim, then be sure to leave a thumbs up. And subscribe if you want more. We're traveling the whole world. I'm going to say that every now and then because I think that's a really cool thing. We are traveling the whole world. That's what we're doing. All right, let's see. 7,000 feet, 180 knots. Perfect. And then, but we're going to come in at 4,000 feet. Quite nicely. Here we go. 2 miles away from PT 411. And then 12 miles away from the runway. So yeah, we are very, very, very quickly approaching our destination at this point. I'll go back to the charts and have a little look. So 4,000 feet, we should pick up the localizer. And does it have anything about speed? It doesn't say anything about speed. It's just 180 knots is our maximum. So we will slow down soon. But actual cameras under the plane so passengers can have a look up and down. That would be really cool. That would be really cool. In real life, you mean? Like, be able to watch and look down. That would be absolutely insane. I agree with that. I do agree with that. All right, so if you've never flown an ILS before, you don't know what's going on, here's the deal. There is a diamond, 2 pink diamonds on screen. What we are aiming to do is get them to align up. And when they do, we hit the approach button on the autopilot and it will, or the localizer button first, and it will grab it. And then we hit the approach button and it will then keep them aligned perfectly, and it should bring us in smoothly to our final destination, which is obviously the airport. We've got 12, we're about just over 12 miles out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our approach into Lisbon Airport. The weather is very, very nice. There are not very many winds, so it should be a very smooth landing. Indeed, if I could just ask you to keep your tray tables in that upright position and make sure that you are strapped in very tight. We should have you on the ground in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our approach into Lisbon Airport. The weather is very, very nice. There are not very many winds, so it should be a very smooth landing. Indeed, if I could just ask you to keep your tray tables in that upright position and make sure that you are strapped in very tight. We should have you on the ground in just a few minutes.
All right, let's bring our speed down. So bring our speed down to 150 knots. So we've now grabbed that glide path. You can see the plane is bringing us down automatically. I'm going to extend more flaps. I'm going to put the speed brakes out because I want to bring the speed down to 150 odd knots. And once we do begin to do that, I'm going to extend some more flaps. So currently at flaps 3, now at flaps full. So we'll keep those speed brakes there. You can see the runway actually directly in front of us right now. So I'm going to check everything. So we're going to arm the spoilers. We're going to try it. Oh, we have to bring the brakes in first. So that's fine. Here we go. Bring the landing gear down. Arm the spoilers. Cabin check. Seatbelt light is on. Do a cabin call.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Have a quick double check down here. Flaps are full. Speed brake is armed. We are good. In we come. As we land in Lisbon. Look at this lovely, lovely scenery and the sunshine. The sunshine mainly. Look at that. On the hills. This is nice. It's really cool. This is the last landing we're going to be doing, don't forget, in this EasyJet livery. We are going to be switching to TAP, Portugal. We're going to switch to that airline to fly to La Palma, and then we will be flying from La Palma across the Atlantic. We will be using a different one. All right, let's tune the tower.
Tower EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 45854 miles.
Bring our speed down.
Dial as runway 21 approach.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 tower. Altimeter tree 0 decimal 48 wind 252 at 7. Clear dial as runway 21 approach.
Okay. Acknowledge that. There we go. Clear to land. Almost forgot that. We forget that every time. Cleared to land, EasyJet, Easy 4585.
Cleared to land, runway 21, EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
All right, guys, here we come. And get ready to turn off the autopilot. I still haven't set a button for that. Really need to set a button for that.
500.
Okay.
400.
Hopefully you're ready. Coming in beautifully. In we come. And
100.
autopilot off. As we
40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
There we go, reverse thrusters.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 exit runway when able.
And there we go, guys. Another buttery smooth landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lisbon. The local time is 10:22 a.m. and it's currently about 10 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. As this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Okay. We need taxi to gate.
Ground EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 taxi to the gate.
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 taxi to gate 147 via taxiway hotel 1 uniform 2 uniform 1 golf 2 cross runway 35 whiskey 2
Okay.
whiskey 1.
Taxiing to gate 147 via taxiway hotel 1 uniform 2 uniform 1 golf 2 cross runway tree 5 whiskey 2 whiskey 1 EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585.
Okay. As we cross. Look at the sunshine. We just haven't had sunshine yet. Like, it's so cool to be in a different style of just location in general. Like, so much better. Silky smooth. All right, AP. Have yourself a good one, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling out. Thanks for giving a thumbs up. Thanks for approving of my buttery landing. Okay, so now we cross runway. All day indeed, yeah. All day indeed. Okay. Here we go. There we go. There is a vehicle in our way, unfortunately. We drive around him. So that's cross runway. Then we have 35. Whiskey 2 and then whiskey 1. So head this way. Whiskey. Oh my god. Turn, plane, turn. Here we go. Landing had more butter than a good lobster tail. It would have been slippery if you'd have dropped that landing on the floor. People would have hurt themselves. Okay, come on. Come on, plane. We are supposed to go this way, yep. So this is 147. This is literally our thing. 147. Ah, beautiful. Okay. Nice. Okay, I need to stand up pretty much to see where we're coming in. Come on. There we go. Come on. I'm going to keep that on. What does that say on the ground? A320. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Nice. There's literally a spot for an A320. All right, parking brake is on. Disarm the spoilers. Like so. Flaps. All the way up. Ground services. All right, let's get the jetway connection.
Ground EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. Could you please connect
And
the
inside,
jetway to the aircraft?
landing lights off, taxi lights off, like so. Beacon needs to stay on because the beacon is because the engines are still running. Okay. We'll start up the APU because we'll need the APU. Sunny Portugal. Sunny freaking Portugal, guys. I'm chuffed. I am pleased. That's the longest flight we've done so far, I think. I think that's the longest flight we've done so far. If you don't include the whole what's it called? If you don't include the fact we had to stop in Oslo, then that was the definitely the best landing we've had so far. What's with that not sitting on the plane? That's not very good, is it? What's with that? What's with that? Interestingly enough, though, we can go inside the actual airport. Okay. Anyway, so turn the engines off because the APU is running, I believe. Yeah, APU is all good. So turn off one engine, turn off the others. Switch that back down. Unlock the door. Right, back down to standby. Turn off the weather radar, off the weather radar and the wind shear. And there we go. We can start to kind of make the plane ready for whoever's coming in next. It's really weird that that doesn't sit on the plane. There is a mod for better gantries or whatever you want to call them. I might have to look into that and see if we can do that one perhaps. But no, this is nice. 147. So if anyone's around tomorrow for our flight from here down to La Palmas, then or La Palma, then make sure that you remember 147. That is our thing. So as we deboard everybody, I want to thank everybody for flying with us and for chilling out with me in particular on this flight as we get to know Flight Simulator. VATSIM is the target, don't forget. And we're going to wait now to see how well and how satisfied our customers are. It looks like 92%. And I think that's only because of the time we flight. I reckon if we had flown at a time where they were going to get food on board, I think they would have been happier. But because we didn't offer food, that's why that they weren't happy, I think. So it is what it is, isn't it, really? But that's perfect. So tomorrow we're going to have our standard departures is what we're going to need tomorrow. And obviously we'll have to make a new flight plan and such. But yeah, landed in Lisbon. Pretty happy with that. But yeah, that bit I'm not happy with. But if we keep it looking in that direction, it should be fine. Okay, let's get the baggage at this point. Ground services. Let's get the baggage.
Ground EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585. Could you please send the baggage?
EasyJet Echo Zulu Yankee 4585 baggage is on the way.
Oh, here comes the baggage. All right, how long we got? Cabin crew, can I get a boarding status check? $13 minutes to go. Did you see that plane? Plane taking off over there, look. Plane literally just took off. That's so cool. Off it goes. Actually, let's turn that off and take that picture. EasyJet flights everywhere. You're out. See you tomorrow. Charles, thank you so much for hanging out for the whole flight, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the thumbs up. And it was good to see you. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, I will speak to you then as well. A lot going on. My chair even blimmin' sank because all the getting up and fiffing around with the dogs. My chair sank. Wonder why I was so low. There we go. It's more comfortable. So tomorrow our flight is from Lisbon down to La Palmas. Now it looks, I don't think it's very far actually. I'm gonna do the flight plan now actually. I'll do the flight plan. So I can see how long it's going to be. So the flight plan. Where is La Palma? La Palma Airport. There we go. Let's have a look. Hey, Steel, how you doing, buddy? Hopefully you're doing well, dude. Hopefully your mum's doing all right. So GCLA is where we're going to. So I'm gonna do a new flight. Let's have a look. So we're gonna go from GCLA. Oh no, sorry. We're gonna arrive GCLA. We're going to go from LPPT. So we're going from Lisbon. Flight number is 4585. Airline is Easy. And let's leave today at 9:15, isn't it? Usually we try to go for. Airframe is going to be the A320 again. Yeah, how are you doing, bud? I don't want to plan step times. Reserve fuel, I want 45 minutes worth. Schedule flight time. Okay, so it reckons 2 hours and 35 minutes. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Which way are we heading again? So we're going in the same direction again. So we're going to be, let's do 34,000 again. Yeah, how you doing, dude? I suppose it is quite a long way, to be fair. To be fair, it is a reasonable distance. How many miles is it? Sorry, we're just planning. I'm planning tomorrow still. Flight's finished. We're just waiting to see how well our passengers, how happy they were. We've got 8 minutes left while everyone deboards. I think that's just going to have to be it. Generate flight. Yep. All right. Working a lot. Don't get to sit around and pretend to work. Oh, that's boring. Doing the wrong job. Doing the wrong job, mate. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. I forgot I even had that emote there. Oh dear. It's funny because for me, this is something I'm using it as more of a, not just doing this, more of a, or partly, shall I say, an educational thing as well. That's why I want to get on that sim where there's real air traffic control. So I would love to be able to fly a plane in real life. If I can get to a point in my life where that's an option, I will be a happy person. But yeah, that sim should be cool. How are you? You still playing on Ark? 8:40. Yes, there's not as much in the air. There we go. So in the air for 1 hour 53 minutes. That's how long the flight's going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow's flight is shorter, but that's fine. Right, 6 minutes left to get these people off the damn plane. Get off the damn plane. I would kill you though. It's like it's funny, all the simulators actually. Like I always found, as I say, I always found flight sims fun because I've always wanted to fly a plane. I've always wanted to be a pilot, but I couldn't because I couldn't go in the forces because you know, me and Lisa decided that we didn't want, like, it's fine for some people, and my dad was in the Navy, so you know, I've experienced that, and it was fine for us. You know, we got by, it was fine. But for us, like, both of us wanted to be around for the kids all the time, so I didn't go in the forces for that reason. Well, in fact, I stopped my application for the forces for that reason, because when I met Lisa, I was already going through the motions of doing that. And then to be a commercial airline pilot or anything like that, it's just stupid expensive. But I always liked the flight sims, but my problem was always that I wanted it to look as real as possible. But in order to do that, you needed to buy like so many different scenery packs and stuff to make it look real. Otherwise it was just made up. I didn't like the made up side of it. I wanted to fly over my home city and see the bridge and the shop and the stadiums. I wanted to see the things. And obviously this one's come out and it's got it all in there. Just uses Bing Earth or Google Earth, like Bing Maps. So it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. But for me, it's not about going up in the air and flying and doing something. I know, like, people come in and like, do a loop-the-loop. It's like, for me, that's not what I find interesting about it. I find the fact that knowing what all those things do, this is the kind of stuff that I find interesting, is knowing what all of this stuff does and all of that sort of thing. So I would turn the beacons off now, actually, because... Oh, there we go. We turned those lights off already, didn't we? Yeah, so everything's good. Fuel pumps we can turn off as well. We're nearly ready to go. Do any city. The whole world is set up from, like I say, using Bing Earth, which is basically Google Earth, but not quite as good. In terms of the imagery, is not updated as often, but yeah, you can fly anywhere, which is why we're going from city to city, trying to visit places that people live. So we went to Vassar, where Mr. Crowley lives, and we're going to head over to Florida. I mean, Florida's a kind of a generic one anyway, but we know Horizons lives there, so we're going to go see that. And we're going up to London, Ontario, where Panda lives. And we're just going to fly into where everyone lives in the world. It's also quite a nice, for me, this part of it is, like, I enjoy this part, but it's also not just interesting to go to the actual city where people live. Like, it's not just interesting to go like, oh, hang on a minute, Mr. Crowley lives all the way up here. Didn't realize that because I didn't know that, you know, Crowley's like flipping, he might as well be at the North Pole, like Santa's next door neighbor. So it's cool to see just how far away everyone lives from each other as well. That's been quite a cool one. And to, you know, be like, when we're flying over and then danger, to be like, oh, wave out the window, I'll wave back. Like, oh, we've flown over you then. Obviously now we're near where Kidja lives. And then this is just because we want to see if the maps have been updated to show the volcano going off. But then we're going to be flying over this way. So heading up the States. And then through all the way up here over to Alaska. So we want to go over to Alaska. Hopefully. We're going to go up this way, over through Ontario, up to Alaska. I mean, we could do Alaska on the way back. Scratch that. We're going to do Alaska on the way back. So we're actually going to... So this is the route we're doing. And as I say, all of the maps are exactly what they should be for the real life. So we're coming down here now. We're heading over to La Palmas. On Thursday, we're going to be flying over to the States. We're flying over here near Puerto Rico. There's a really hard runway to land on. It's short and it's got water at both ends. So if you miss, you drown. So that's going to be an entertaining landing after 5 hours of flying on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, one of those days, puppies are coming. But all going well, we'll then be flying up through the east coast of the US. So we're going to land in Florida, take a little look in Florida, fly up, maybe land in Washington, possibly, or New York, I don't know, depending on where people want to go, what they want to see. Then we're going to fly up this way. There's a new Plymouth somewhere I think we were going to go check, although that might be close to New York. So maybe do a short flight in like a Cessna between those two, maybe. I don't know, figure out anyway. Then we're going to go across up to London, Ontario to visit Pando and head over to the west side of the States where we're going to start coming down. Or we might go through the middle, no. It's just up to everyone to tell us where they live in Discord, and then we'll plan the trip. So yeah, we'll go up and then we're going to come down the west coast of the USA. So we'll go to like LA, around where Evil lives. So we'll go past there, fly over there. Then we'll go through Mexico and down to Colombia, Ecuador, Peru. Going to go properly visit Argentina, all these cool places. And then head across Antarctica before we get to Africa. I don't know if there's any airports. Is going to be the only issue. So we're going to have to look for airports in Antarctica, see what's going on. But what's this Edinburgh of the Seven Seas? Has this got an airport? No. Interesting. But yeah, so we'll fly across. Then we're going to go through Africa, visit some African places, then go through Eastern Europe before, like, you know, India and Malaysia, that kind of area. China. Then head down through the Philippines and that to Australia and New Zealand, which is where then I was like, maybe then we fly up and come across through Alaska. But I'm kind of at this point thinking maybe, I don't know, says stuff from Orlando to Tampa. Yeah, like stuff like that. That's the plan, is to kind of learn the game inside and out so that I can play the way more realistic version or mod, shall I say, of the game, which is to go on VATSIM and have a real person. So, you know, when you're talking to flight, you know, when you're requesting your clearance, there is a real person on the other side, that kind of thing. That's what I'm after. Are my seatbelt signs on? Weird. Did I not turn them off? Everyone got off the plane with the seatbelt signs off. All right, let's turn the LAV and logo lights off as well. Dome is off already. Turn that off. Unarm the emergency signs, like so. Cruise, the nav can come off, and the crew supply oxygen can come off. APU, we'll use that. Turn the APU off, and at this point we are basically ready to go. Let's come here. We had a 92%. We were 23 minutes early. And look at that, baggage issue. Someone had a baggage issue, but we were ahead of schedule, which way they were happy at, and the soft landing. Excelente. Totally telling my friends, recommending. Someone say something about, wish the screen at my seat wasn't scratched. God damn it. EasyJet continues. Brilliant. Cool. So there we go. So that's that done. Yeah, here we are. We landed. That was a good flight. Hope you enjoyed it. And tomorrow we're going to fly from here in Lisbon to La Palmas. But until then, go and enjoy the bars, etc., and the sunshine in Lisbon. Go and get yourself a quick tan.